Audio Frontier. This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toal,
target man, suspicious character,
and
With the top end of Stevenson,
Welcome to Football Daft. It is the daftest Scottish football podcast around. I am producer John, and let us welcome the team, shall we? Let's introduce a man who has continued to be let down by Steven Gerrard after Aston Villa lost to Man City and cost them £1,279.
Oh,
It's Grado.
So did I. How you doing? Aye, that's funny, isn't it? I'm just looking at my equipment there now. Did I send you that?
Yeah, aye. It was obviously you had everything up apart from the draw. You had a drawdown for Villa versus Man City.
I backed Leeds to beat Brentford, Newcastle to beat Burnley, Palace to beat United, Liverpool to beat Wolves, and I had a draw for Man City and Villa. But I stuck a fiver on it, £1,200 I was getting back. Fucking hell, man.
I had Crystal Palace to beat Man United as well.
I think everybody had that.
I never get one cooking up at all this season. That's the first time.
Oh, Jesus.
I think that's the same. I'm the same as you, though. I don't
That
think
there is a man who just discovered that you can't be offside from a goal kick after you watched the Wolves' first goal at the weekend. And none of us had an idea on a football podcast. We're all sitting there going, that's offside. But you can't be offside from a goal kick, apparently.
I'm taking photos in my telly and everything like that. How's he no offside there? How's he no offside? He's offside the length of fucking Anfield Road.
But but you're right. But it does make you think. Why did they know?
Why do you know about Poacher?
Aye, standing right up next to the goalie.
The way the goalies can kick the ball now, you think, right, that's it. Pile everyone into the box.
Aye.
I'm telling you, see, I'm going to tell you something right now. See all this Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, all this fucking thing. See the tactics, and go back to fucking Graham Taylor. Get the ball up the park, take out the midfield, big striker, everyone in the box, long ball all the way. I bet they'd be fucked. See, Klopp and Guardiola, they wouldn't know how to deal with that. All this playing out for the back pish. Fucking long ball up and let's have it.
Celtic would be fucked anyway, I'll tell you that for nothing.
But do you not think maybe it's just that the players don't know themselves?
Well, the Liverpool defender, was it Matip, was going fucking bush at the linesman, screaming at the linesman. The linesman's like, turn that up, you. I mean, I know
that was a bit like Craig Gordon. Have we found out what he was moaning about yet?
No, we still haven't found out what Craig got in the Scottish Cup final. We have no idea of when he went mental after the first goal. No idea what Craig Gordon went.
I think he's screaming that there was one of the Rangers players was in front of him.
There was no way a Rangers player.
But there's a Hearts player on the post as well, so he's not offside. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Craig Gordon just likes to moan. Let's be honest. I mean,
I think he's just been gutted because he pulled off that save and it's kind of spitting the dummy time in it. He's just devastated at himself that he's like that. But by the way, nobody's saving that anyway. But come on,
Christ, if he'd have got a hand to it, I'd put him into the fucking back of the net with it.
Yeah.
I know. It was some goal, and obviously a great way to end Rangers season. If you want to hear our review,
he's champion.
You get to sing it.
Wait, let's do it.
Oh, you guys are both singing it. You can listen to Rangers Daft. That is in the Football Daft archive right now as we look back at Seville and the Scottish Cup with Stephen and Grado. Right, boys, let's charge on with Football Daft this week. It's going to be a quicker show this week. We don't have Football Daft focus. That will return next week. We did have a guest lined up.
John, every week we serve people up a big belter of a cheeseburger. Yeah. Now, until the start of the season, are getting sliders.
I like that.
It's a very good synopsis, Chris.
Sliders
and
season.
The pies will be back to start next season as well. But let's crack.
I quite like sliders anyway, but because then you can get instead
of
getting one big fuck off cheeseburger that you might get bored with halfway through, you go wee titty.
But you get wee variations. Maybe get a wee chicken burger. You maybe get a wee cheeseburger, a wee
pork, chicken burger. So bring it on.
Exactly.
Maybe one with a wee tater chilli on top,
So post-season sliders and Football Daft. But first, we've got to go back to Birthday Corner, Chris. Bobby Coates. Right, Bobby has been a listener to the podcast for some time, and he says, hey guys, massive fan of the show.
Wait a minute, Bobby Coates.
Bobby Coates.
You used to call them condoms back in the day.
You've made that joke before as well.
I'm a bastard. That's a good one.
That is a good one. And he's been listening to the podcast for a very long time now, and he's also a fan of Wrestling Daft, our sister podcast as well. So thank you, Bobby. It's my birthday on Thursday, which is today. And was
John!
And I was...
It's not John's, it's Bobby's.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said it was your birthday.
No, it's Bobby Coates' birthday, Grado.
I was like, that's a shame, Pale John. What the fuck is it on birthday to him, man?
Anyway.
Did you think that at all, no?
No, mate.
No. It's birthday corner, Grado. What were you saying? Right, anyway, Bobby's saying it's his birthday today. Could Chris Toal sing me a happy birthday message or even give me a happy birthday shout out? So before we get to that, Bobby, let's just go to whoever you share your birthday with as well. You share your birthday with Helena Bonham Carter. What age do you think Helena Bonham Carter is?
He's got to be at least 100 now. She's been about since the day began.
She's always looked like a witch from the day she was born. She's 55 today. So happy birthday, Helena. Lauren Hill, Chris, or Grado? Lauren Hill, go.
Oh, she'll be getting old now because she was big in the early 2000s. Say she was 19 at the time. I'll go for 41.
I'll go for 42.
46. And Lenny Kravitz. Are you going to go my way?
I know what age Lenny Kravitz is. Lenny Kravitz is 57 because I seen it the other day.
He is, Chris. Well done. Spot on. 57 today. Happy birthday, Lenny. And finally, footballer Luca Toni. Absolute legend of the game.
Luca Toni retired when he was 52 or something. He must be a good age now, but mid-40s.
Mid-40s, yep.
41 again.
41. Chris?
45.
45 by on, there you go. Look at Tony. So happy birthday to all those, and especially Bobby Coates. Chris, will you sing happy birthday, but what style will we go for, Grado?
Will we go for Lauren Hill or Lenny Kravitz?
Oh, that'd be good.
What does Lauren Hill sing?
Lauren.
Killing Me Softly. Right, we'll go for that.
She sang Killing Me Softly?
Aye, she was in the Fugees.
It was the Fugees?
Oh, she was the lead singer of the Fugees.
Oh, sorry.
You ready?
Right, go.
Happy birthday to Big Bobby. Happy birthday to his coat. Happy birthday to Big Bobby. Happy birthday, Big Bobby. It is your birthday, Bobby. Happy birthday.
Beautiful. If you want to
cold. She never let me finish, you bastard.
Well played, Chris. Well played. If you want to be on Birthday Corner, just drop us a message on our Facebook, on Twitter. You can do that. Guys, there's another thing came on Twitter,
by the way,
right?
Next week, just to let you know, remember how you usually get a wee birthday surprise for me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, it's your birthday next week, isn't it?
It's my birthday next Thursday, man.
Right, okay.
So it's actually your birthday on recording day?
Aye, next Thursday, man.
Right, so what you doing?
He's wheeled out Jerry Polino, who he's got to get this time.
Oh, no. I'm not here next week, boys. I might have to leave it to the capable hands of producer Ryan for next.
Bad idea.
Stephen's still going to be on holiday as well.
No, Stephen will be back. Stephen's not here, by the way. We should have mentioned that. He keeps sending us pictures of him sitting by the poolside in Rhodes, which is really... I fucking hate that guy.
Heard that place was quite dusty.
Hey! I know, but Stephen's away on holiday. Well-deserved holiday, so he'll be back next week. Right, talking about holidays and Ryanair in particular, did we all see the tweet from Ryanair this week?
I did. I saw people losing the plot of it.
Yeah, Ryanair tweeted, there was a picture of how much to carry this on, lads. It's a picture of the Frankfurt team carrying the Europa League trophy, and Ryanair tweeted back, trophy free, we'll charge for Rangers tiers instead.
I saw, no, but here's the deal, man. I saw folk losing the plot of that, but see, if you actually go on Ryanair, they rip everybody. See, everybody that complains, that's their marketing thing. That's their gimmick. That's their gimmick. Like, people will complain, like, I get charged this at the airport, and they'll say, well, you should have checked in online, you'd have to. It's like that kind of idea.
Yeah.
I tell you what, but I tell you one airline that's worse than fucking Ryanair. And you would never, honestly, man, I'm telling you, you'd never think there's something worse. Vueling Airlines in Spain. They were also, that's speaking of this Rangers daft, John, no?
No, we did not.
Oh, man, they charge, right, so they charge for picking, I know this is quite common now, but they charge for picking your seat, right?
Yeah.
Like, so even if you've checked in or you did it, you need to pay extra to get a seat, which makes no fucking sense, right? Also, you can't take on any hand luggage. So even
Can you just stun?
I can. Sit in the fucking bug. I'll take the bug.
Wait a minute, I've paid to get on the plane. Nobody says I can't just fucking stand at the back.
So, right, so they charge you to even take on like a handbag. That Costs money
Really?
to go, a handbag, right? So it costs €12 for a handbag. So, and then it was like, say, €30 for like a hold all to take on, like a runner, a wee kind of, you know, the wee kind of overhead cabin luggage, right? So I booked in, because it was me, Fletch, and my brother Joe. Me and Fletch, I paid for £30 each to get the kind of roller things on the wee suitcase on, but it never came up on the app, didn't it? No, right? Even though I paid it. So I'm standing in Barcelona airport. I've had a few drinks. I get scanned in, no bother. The one went and let it go. But Fletch get fucking hang with, he's not done app. And Fletch, well, he never got it. So obviously I get brought back. The initial woman shat herself and went, oh, hold on a minute, wait to check your ticket, because obviously she was feared to the other woman. So they're like, no, you've no paid. I goes, no, listen, look. So I'm getting the Bank of Scotland app out, and I'm like, I've paid for this. And she went, no, not in system. So how much she's wanting now? An extra €60. So we're basically €120 to go on 2 bags. I was getting off my nut, right? And it was this my mum, and she's going, we need to get this plane go. I thought she was a punter. And I went, you fucking stay out it. You stay out it. But she was the gaffer. I thought she was just wondering kind of way you can get Spanish folk that kind of rude and we have to get this plane going. I'm going, you fucking stay out it. And I realised that she was the boss. I'm going, right, hold on a minute, let's kind of what I said. Had to pay it. Next minute, I'm sitting in the plane, man, on Twitter giving it. We're using the blue tick, do you know what I mean? We have just been Charles this and Charles that. I've been back and forth from a week. No money back at all. Absolute rip-off, man.
So, out these, what is the name of the airline, Grado? Vueling Airline will not be sponsoring this podcast in the near future. We can guarantee that.
But do you know, it's not just that. See, when you're sitting in the plane, it was all that. Can you get your headphones off for takeoff? Right, cool. Can you put your headrest down? Can you do that? Can you fucking no fart? Can you do this? Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't get you peace before you took off.
Right, okay.
Imagine them telling you not to fart. I've been happy with the extra thrusters.
Well, you know what you should do, Grado, like all the Rangers supporters have done? You should go to Trustpilot and leave a review. Look, get this. Here's some of the reviews that have come from Rangers fans for Ryanair on Trustpilot. This is pointed out to us by Darkos on Twitter. Thanks for that, mate. Calvin Bassey on Trustpilot says, absolute shambles of a company made to pay for my boarding pass after the mistake. Plane was delayed, and when we landed at our destination, was made to sit on the plane for 30 minutes as he did not have steps for the passengers to get off. Safe to say, I won't be using this shambles of a company again. That was from Calvin Bassey. Walter Smith, I don't know how this has happened, but he says, if I could leave minus stars, I would, as 1 star is too good for this joke of a company. Flight was delayed for 3 hours with no explanation. Twice lost my bags, only to find one of the ground staff wearing my jumper. Seats are so uncomfy, you're better sitting outside on the wing. £6 for cheese and pube toasty that even a tramp would knock back. No water available, even out the taps. Had to let condensation off the window to quench my thirst. Staff could chew an apple through a letterbox and their dragon breath could take years off your life. The pilot took a left at the traffic lights instead of a right and added 2 hours to our flight time. Overall, joke of a company. Next time I'd rather ride a camel to Turkey with Jackie Nettles hanging out the bell end that fly with these Muppets. Minus 10 stars. That's from Walter Smith on the Ryanair Trustpilot review service. So
I'll tell you this now. It's the worst company I've ever flown with in my life.
However, we'll still use them.
No, Grado, I would rather pay way over the odds to fly with another company. That's how bad
I don't think many Rangers supporters will be using them.
The last time I flew with Ryanair, we went to Gran Canaria, right? And I got on the plane and it was like stepping into a fucking microwave. It was that hot, right?
I was in Gran Canaria last week for half an hour. I was. They fucking fly 2 hours back.
My mate flew to fucking Morocco.
Again, man. It's ridiculous.
Bananas.
Fucking hell, we're turning into watchdog here. I quite like this. If you've got any complaints you would like to make, we could do like that rough trader singing some Grado and Chris round.
Listen, no, I want to hear about for next week. Energy companies. Get your stories in. Because I've got a story that I'll tell you about next week, right?
Right, okay.
Fucking hell.
Give us your energy company gripes for next week on Football Daft Watchdog. We'll think of a better title for next week. What's been happening in Scottish football though, boys? It's, we're done with the season now, aren't we? St Johnstone remain in the Premiership at the expense of Inverness after 6-2 aggregate win. Stevie May, Cammy McPherson, Callum Hendry and Sean Rooney all scoring there to win 4-0 during the week. Callum Davison delighted that they've managed to stay up, though Sean Rooney looks like he's heading to join Scott Brown down at Fleetwood. And
no,
Xander
he's signed.
Clark,
he's actually signed.
Done. signed and Xander Clark out of contract, and it doesn't look like he'll be signing. St Johnstone deserve to stay up in the end, do you think?
Over the 2 games, definitely. It's the second game. It was neck and neck until half time. Though I watched the whole lot of it. It was neck and neck until half time, and then St Johnstone just ran away with it. I think bringing on May was a big change for them at half time. He had put the ball in a couple of minutes after coming on. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then the last 2 goals were fucking identical as well. Did you see the 2 goals? The third goal and the fourth goal. They were identical. Yeah.
I know.
Nuts, man. But over the piece, definitely St Johnstone deserved it. I know I said I thought that Cali Thistle would have given them a run for the money, and they did do in the first game. Yeah. But second game they get blown away. Man.
Think they'll struggle next year again.
St Johnstone, I don't know, mate. I think it might be
Rooney and Xander Clark. He's a top goalie, isn't he?
Well, he's in the squad this weekend. McCann and who else? McCann and the other midfielder went. His name's totally.
At the start of the season.
At the start of the season, and that's when they kind of started to struggle. But I mean, again, Callum Davidson. It'll be interesting to see what they do, and if Callum Davidson moves on, thinking right, I want to keep my CV quite intact here. I've got the 2 cups. I've saved them from relegation. I wonder if he'll start looking elsewhere for his career. But
I don't know. I think he'd maybe want to prove himself at St Johnstone again.
No season.
I think so. So.
James McCake, talking about managers. James McCake has ended up at Dunfermline.
How many managers has Dunfermline had in the last while?
They've had quite a few. That's the one. Well,
Peter Grant. Who was after Peter
Grant? John Hughes.
Yogi.
Was Yogi only meant to be for the end of the season to take it?
No, he was meant to be there for a while, but obviously did his job as agent. Yogi brought Dunfermline down to League One. So well done, Yogi. Heroes welcome waiting for you at the Falkirk Stadium. But James McPake's in at Dunfermline. Kevin Thompson, in the meantime, has pulled out of talks with Wraith. Rumours are he's heading to Dundee. And Ian Murray is apparently in advanced talks with Wraith. So maybe...
I thought Ian Murray took the job last night.
Oh, has he been taken? Maybe missed that.
I got the job last night. Aye.
So Ian Murray gets the Wraith Rovers job, which means Airdrie are now looking for a manager. So it's just...
Kevin Thompson could do worse than going to Airdrie.
I think Kevin Thompson will be a shoon for Dundee, I reckon.
Or does he risk playing the next season with managing Kelty Hearts next season? Is that a risk, do you think?
I don't think so, because they're a really well run club and they're kind of like Cove that way.
Does he want to? I suppose Dundee's all right in it if you're getting to a championship maybe, and he played with Dundee as well, didn't he? In his career?
He did.
Do you know what's really shining a light on the fact that see these teams that are in the Lowland League and the Highland League and stuff like that, they're so much better equipped than a lot of the teams that are in the professional league.
Yeah,
and it's like they're coming into League 2, they're absolutely scushing League 2, then they're scushing League 1, get to a championship, they'll maybe struggle a wee bit more in the championship, but they're definitely much better equipped than the teams that are in League 2.
You're right, mate. It's a lot of the junior teams. A lot of the junior teams have buckled up their act, man, in terms of getting all the kind of professional facilities put in. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, teams coming up there, you should say better equipped.
Well, I mean, we'll see how Kelty fare in League 1, because that league next season, obviously Falkirk are in there, Dunfermline are in there, Airdrie are in there. It's going to be a tough old league to get out of, that's for sure.
It's like a World Cup group of death over a full season.
I know, it's going to be murder getting out of that league. So we'll see what happens next season. Other things going on. The League Cup draw was made. I can't believe that's happening already. So those games are going to be happening over July. Obviously, Celtic, Rangers, Hearts, Dundee United, Motherwell not in the draw because they're into Europe. But we'll see what happens there. But all the fixtures will be played throughout July. What do you make of the League Cup? It's almost used as friendlies now, isn't it? The group stages.
I mean, are you talking about the importance of the League Cup?
Well, no, I'm not talking about the importance of the League Cup, I guess.
The layout he's talking about more, Grado.
Yeah.
I agree with you, John. It kind of... If a team wants to have a go at the League Cup, then they shouldn't really be using it as friendlies, because you've seen was it Albion Rovers beat Hamilton Accies last season or the season before, and you see quite a lot of the lower league teams beating like Premier League teams and stuff like that at the start of the season, because they've not had a good pre-season. It starts far too early.
Yeah.
So I would prefer just a straight knockout and start it later on.
I completely agree, but they almost use it as like pre-season friendlies. But I mean, importance of the League Cup though, Grado, you know fussed about the League Cup.
No, I'm totally opposite. As I said,
Are you really?
Like, just because of what's happened in the last couple of years, I don't think I'll ever take for granted the likes of cup wins. You want to win every cup. Next year I want to win a League Cup. I want to win the league. I want to win the Scottish Cup. So, aye.
Yeah. The Champions League.
The Champions League that day. Well, I've changed my Seville chat's been changed to Budapest 23. That's what the Europa League finals is next year. So we're going for it. So we're in pot one.
You don't want to win the Champions League.
Well, where is the Champions League final?
The Champions League final next season is in.
I don't know where it is.
I like Istanbul.
Is it?
All right. Well, you can look out for that. Talking Champions League, Chris, Celtic reported today they're going to spend 30 million in the summer, but have also generated the highest ever revenue of 100 million plus, according to the Scotsman.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Seriously?
That apparently, so according to the Scotsman, they're set to Carter, Vickers and Jota obviously kind of head up the shopping list.
Aye, so that's straight away, that takes away 12 million for your 30 million, so that leaves us 18 million.
18 million in the
much like to get Bassey.
Aye, and there you go. Talk to Bassey today, Grado. Did you see
What's
the stories today? Aston Villa apparently sniffing round Bassey. Telegraph reporting that.
We'll struggle to keep a hold of him, man. When's he a contract?
I think he's
2 years left in his contract.
I think he's got 2 years left in his contract. Aye.
Either way, man, we're going to really struggle to keep a hold of him, and then also with the fact that there's loads of teams sniffing about him as well. In terms of monies, he'll be wanting more money as well. I don't know, man. He has just in the last 6 months has totally turned it completely around. He's an absolute machine, Calvin Bassey. He wouldn't be one of my first choices to try and sell, to try and make a bit of money in the summer, I have to admit.
Yeah, I mean, you put in the group chat, you think he'll go for more money than Kieran Tierney?
Bob said that.
I don't know if he said. I think he said he'll go for Kieran Tierney money.
Right.
I don't think he said. I think you're looking at about 20. I would say probably 20 for him. And see, what you've just said there, Grado, the fact that he's had a good 6 months, you know, to me, he looks like a fucking phenomenal footballer. He really does. He's a brilliant player, right? And I would gladly admit that. But do you take the money and run? Do you know what I mean?
Well, he might get better.
But in saying that, look at Kamara last year.
Look at Morelos as well. Look at Morelos. I mean, he hit his height at like 18 million. Then
Edward
back in the day as well. Yeah.
No.
One of the ones, isn't it?
Aye, sweet. It's one of the ones.
One
of the ones. Celtic expect to tie up the deal for Jota, like I was saying. 6.5 million for a permanent deal. Chris, happy with that? 13 goals this season.
100% happy with that. If we can get the both of them, then I'm absolutely over the moon. But listen, Bill Carter Vickers, boy, he's got his big pallet of what do you call them? Fucking tiles. Did you see that one?
What?
No, what's this?
Right, I'll put it in a group chat. Hold on, I've got it here.
Carter Vicker, what?
Aye, somebody's. By the way, this isn't made up shit either. Right, this is a good one. I'll send you it now.
Right, is this broadcastable, Chris?
Aye, it's broadcastable. Right, look at that. That's for a Glasgow tile shop.
Right. Okay.
Oh, that's fucking.
Oh, so is this the rumour that he's staying in Glasgow because he's getting tiles for a tile shop?
For his bathroom. Yeah, beauty.
He might be renting a wee flat.
You never know, aye.
That is the best football rumour I've seen in a long time. Carter, I'll tell you what, Jimmy, he was in here the other day. They're getting
by the way, John, there can't be that many Carter Vickers cutting about Bears Den.
I know, but I just love that. Here. You'll never guess who's just been in the shop. That Carter Vickers, do you know what he's just done and bought? He's went away and bought a whole bunch of tiles. I tell you, he's staying, boys. I'll tell you.
That's him. That's it. Cut and dried. Job's done.
Cut and dried. So there you go. Football Daft exclusive. Carter Vickers is staying at Celtic because he's bought a bunch of tiles from Tony from Tile Oil. So there we go. All sorted. Carter Vickers staying according to Tony from Tile Oil. So we'll wait and see what happens there. Another story just for the lower leagues. Queen's Park is a strange one. They're going to be sharing with Steny next season at Oakville View. Yeah. Remember a couple of weeks we were talking about Lesser Hampton. It's been developed, obviously, for Queen's Park, and I saw pictures of it.
Forgive my geography issues here, right?
Uh-huh.
I was under the impression Stenhousemuir was up Fifeway. Am I wrong?
Stenhousemuir is in Falkirk, mate.
I
live in Stenhousemuir, effectively.
So Queen's Park, who play out have historically played out of Hampden, play out of Glasgow. A Glasgow team are going to be playing out of Falkirk.
Yes.
You're talking 30 mile away.
That is bananas. The amount of season tickets they're going to lose because of that is unbelievable.
How many do they have?
I mean, how many?
Well, I know 2 season ticket holders. No, three. David Wilson's a season ticket holder.
That's right.
And my brother-in-law and my nephew.
Yeah, well, fair play. I mean, but they're going to have to go to say it's a strange one though. I thought they might have, obviously, Clyde are not playing at Broadwood anymore. So you think you might have, the first stop would have been Broadwood, but I wonder if there's something happened there because that stadium's just sitting empty now, isn't it? Effectively,
I think Cumbernauld
Colts use it, but that's always been the case. So Cumbernauld Colts.
I know, but I don't think they. I think that Clyde have left a pretty bad taste in the council's mouth with that one.
So I wonder.
Don't play Paul Juniors or something like that, no?
Exactly, what? Fucking Mary Hill Juniors or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell.
Because it probably would, with the amount of folk they get, I'm not slagging them, but maybe it'd be a better atmosphere than having to trek all the way up to Stenhousemuir.
Yeah, it's just
you're not going to get people going to that. That's bonkers. I'll need to ask Martin and Finlay what they're doing. But
yeah, do you know what? It'd be interesting to speak to. I might look into that next week. Speaking to a Queen's Park supporter and getting the views on that because it would.
I can get my hang with my brother-in-law on if he'll come on. He's quite a shy guy, right?
I think Willie Hockey's not running Queen's Park.
Yeah, Willie Hockey's running Queen's Park. Be interesting to get his take on it. If you can sort that out.
He probably gets to fucking deck out Steny Stadium and fucking fridges and freezers. Know what I mean?
Do you know? I remember when the lottery winners for Largs.
Yeah, I bought with the thistle.
That's right. I remember went to see the Buffs play up at Largs, and he had his own wee deck chair. Ken, worth 180 million, and his deck chair and his walking stick and his wee can of juice. Ken, just right in the middle of the park, obviously because he put all the money in it.
But the players had to play around about him. Tell you what, these cunts get money and they forget they're all arse, eh? Sitting in the middle of the fucking pitch.
And finally, I've just got to put a shout to my wee brother David. He's worked for 2.5 years on something called the Crunchy Initiative at Falkirk, where they're going to rename the South Stand after Ken McAllister, and it's finally going to happen 24th of June down at the Falkirk Stadium. We're playing a friendly against Kilmarnock when the stadium is going to be renamed. A lot of ex-Falkirk players hopefully going to be along at the game.
You host it. You hosting that again?
No, I'm not hosting it. I'm not hosting it to make an arse of myself. But I've got to say a shout out to that. So if you're a fan of Ken McAllister, maybe you're a Hibs supporter as well, get down to that. 24th of June is to rename the South Stand the Ken McAllister Stand. So brilliant.
By the way, you should have missed a trick there. You should have called it a Crunchy Stand. Maybe Cadbury's would have come in and give you some money.
I think he's actually approached because you can sponsor. So you can sponsor letters in the stand. So I've sponsored. Me and my brother have got one sponsored, and a couple of me and my mates and supporters.
But you sponsor a letter, so like
you sponsor one of the letters, like so. You've got
C
AEVINM.
What letter are you?
I think we've got M. I think we've got M for McAllister. So there we go.
Nice one.
So well done, David. Well done, David.
See if you get the wee C in between the M and the A. Do you pay less?
Do you know what? I'll have to ask him that.
Maybe that one costs more. Maybe it comes in a kind of that. You get the C and the C for a wee bit more. Do you get what I mean? The big C and the wee C.
Aye.
It's
MCA, mate.
Yeah, it's not MCA, mate.
Well, I'm making it McCoist.
You're thinking of McCoist, mate. You're thinking of McCoist. It's an easy mistake to make.
Sorry.
Right. If that's not daft enough for you, let's move on to the daft stories of this week. Would you like to hear, boys, about the definition of stupidity? Would you like to hear about when the BBC ticker goes rogue? Or would you like to hear about McDonald's protest?
I know about that BBC one. That was funny as fuck.
Do I hear the BBC ticker tape going wrong?
There you go.
Right, okay, we'll go with that one. So the BBC were forced to apologise after a trainee went rogue on the news ticker during the news. On Twitter, this appeared as someone tweeted out, going, what's going on with the BBC news ticker? Footage was then shown from a segment of when our reporter's talking about the French Open, and nothing seems out of ordinary at first. It's talking about, Boris Johnson Partygate, China's detention camps, but then suddenly up pops the words Manchester United are rubbish, followed by weather, rain everywhere. So basically what's happened is there's been someone training on how to use the ticker tape and not realised it's been going to the live television, so they've just been typing out Manchester United are rubbish, the weather, rain everywhere, which then forced an apology.
You know what? He's lucky that's all he done. Because could you imagine if it was us?
My exact words when I heard this story was, that could have been a fucking hell of a lot worse.
It could have been.
Biggest question, what's your biggest fuck up at work? Go.
Well, it wasn't. There's been loads of times, but I remember one time. I don't think it was one of the people in our group, but in the control room where you did an in calls and you mobilise the fire brigade and all that. You mobilise the fire engines, should I say? But there's also the training system, which is in the room next door. So, it's the training system, right? So there's like a group of recruits, and you go through things like that. And one time they didn't know that they were actually working on the live system. So we're doing, for example, like training on how to deal with a plane crash. So we had like 6 different folk working on plane crashes. So at the one time, we didn't realise we're working on a live system. So we had a plane crash at Prestwick Airport, a plane crash at Glasgow Airport. We had one in a field, and we were all clicking mobilise and no realising that really all these fire engines are coming off all over the place. But it's just us fucking about. In the training system, it was.
I must have thought there was mad terrorist attacks going on.
Oh man.
Jesus Christ, it's 9/11 all over again.
I know.
They're hitting airshot!
We're under attack!
Jesus Christ, it's 5:26.
We're getting overtime, mind you.
Wow, that's decent. Great. You got any, Chris?
I'm not allowed to talk about my work on.
Oh, you know, I'll tell you what, I'll give you one, right? And I don't know if I've told you this story before, but I used to work on a radio station called Beat 106, God rest its soul. And you know, you get these radio competitions. This was a competition, it was called the Miller Jet, right? This was a private jet, right? You're going to win a place in a private jet. It's going to fly right across America. You're going to see a money can't buy gigs. So you're going to see Justin Timberlake in Las Vegas. You're going to see Pink in Miami. You're going to see, I don't know, Avril Lavigne in New York, whatever it was at the time, whoever was big. So this comes down to the final, right? 2 people in contention. And we do, you know, you'll hear in the radio, you'll hear in different places, you do one of these closest to competitions. So as the crow flies, how many miles does the Miller Jet fly around America? One caller comes on and says, you know, here's my answer. The other caller comes on and says, here's my answer. So I, at that point, had the figure of what the actual answer was. I had to do a quick bit of maths within 30 seconds. Obviously, I awarded the prize to the wrong person. This money can't buy prize to the wrong fucking person. Now,
terms and conditions, mate.
We play the song. Everyone, well, I can still remember her name to this day. Well done, Lee Robertson Airdrie. Congratulations, you're on the Miller Jet. Money can't buy this prize. It's the most fantastic holiday in the world. You are on the Miller Jet. All the free beer. You're going to see Justin Timberlake in Miami. You're going to see Avril Lavigne in New York. It's all happening. Wow. Plays the song. Well, that went quite well. Then I looked at my figures and my heart sunk as the other person was calling back in the other line. Hello? I think, mate, I don't know what's happened here, but I think you've went to the wrong winner there. Right. Okay.
Oh my God, man.
Oh my God, my heart. So I was like, shit, we're going to have to... Yeah, the thing is, you have to award it to the person that's won it on air. So... I went to my boss.
Did the both of them get to go?
No, because this, Chris, is money can't buy, as I said to you.
It's not as if it's like a tray of donuts. You know what I mean, that you're winning.
This is money. So there's no more space in this plane. So what we had to do was go back to the person that was meant to win it and say, mate, just choose any holiday in the fucking world you want.
Aye.
any holiday you want in the world, we're going to have to do it. The boy took 2 weeks in the fucking Bahamas, all expenses paid, $5,000.
Quite right. Good for him.
So you go to the station, $5,000.
Yeah. And then the week after, I crashed the car on the M8 and caused a 2 mile tailback. Brilliant. So that was...
And then when you got to your work, you had to report on a tailback on the M8 that you started.
Mate, you have no idea how horrible that was. I was sitting on the M8 and I was live on the radio and they kept because I was doing stunt boy stuff at the time and they kept flashing to me on the M8 saying, producer John's crashed the Beat 106 Jeeps and caused 2 miles. How's the traffic there, John? I'm sitting my head in my hands. I've just given away a fucking $5,000 holiday.
How are you still working in radio?
I don't know, mate. It was a tough week, I'll be honest with you.
Brilliant.
A tough week.
That is brilliant, man.
But there you go.
Jeez, oh, man.
So, beat that if you can. Drop us a message. What have you fucked up at work? I don't think you're going to be able to beat that. But if you can...
Grado could.
Grado could, but we've just heard a story off where that we can't tell on the podcast. But yeah, if you could direct messages on Twitter or our Facebook, we'd love to hear your stories of fuck-ups. Anyway, let's move on with the show. This week, like I say, no football daft focus, but we'll hopefully return with that next week. On a big question, we're looking back at the season as a whole with some of the best and worst moments. Grado, you've got 3 riddles?
Yeah, I'll need to go through my inbox. I'm still getting them every other day, so I've got 3 riddles waiting there ready to go.
Fantastic. And we will talk about your moments of the week as well.
Do you like the sound of free beer? Of course you do. Who doesn't? Well, all you need to do is cover $5.95 for postage. Beer 52 they'll send you out. Hey, not even 8, not even 9, 10 free beers to the house. That's 10 free beers to the house. All you need to do is go to the website, beer52.com/staff. Claim your pack of 10 free beers now. Every month, Beer 52, they send their members a fresh case of craft beer. This month, their Double Dutch case is going to take you on a beer trip around the Netherlands, round to their finest independent craft breweries. And since 2014, Beer 52 and their members have supported over 500 breweries and they've drank from more than 40 different countries. You can try the double IPA from Two Chefs, that's at a cool 7.5%, and De Moulins up in top. Now that's a beautiful, easy-going pale ale. But if you're into the dark side, this month there's a Daily Grind that is a sensational stout with moersutil. What the fuck that means. Not a fan of dark beers, a bit like me, simply choose the light box, and that also includes in your case the ever insightful Ferment magazine. So if you like a wee read into beers, you can crack on and dig your nose into that, and a couple of tasty snacks as well. That's going to be thrown in. And even after all that, all the stuff I've mentioned, if you're no satisfied, you can simply pause your subscription at any time, or you can even cancel it. So get on to the Beer 52 website, beer52.com/staff to claim your free case now. That's beer52.com/daft.
Football Daft's big question.
Well, that's it, boys. The season is done. Championships, cups, promotions and relegations have all been decided, so it's time to ask these questions. Who is the player of the season? What is the best moment of the season? What is the biggest disaster of the season? And what is the daftest moment of the season? Let's start off with the player of the season for you guys. Who are you going to go for, Chris?
Player of the season, I'm going to go with... I've got to go with Cameron Carter-Vickers, I think. I think over the season he was our most what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent. I always forget that word, I don't know why. He was our most consistent player throughout the season, and with the season that we had, that just shows you how good he actually was. You know what I mean? So, for me, player of the season, Cameron Carter-Vickers.
Grado?
Hard that one, I think, because you could say up to December, Aribo was probably our player of the season. He went to AFCON, come back. You got to remember the boy played so many games, so it's it's no surprise that he kind of he didn't have his, what's that? After Boyle. And then you could turn around and say Lundstrom didn't have the greatest start, but then he kicked on for January. You could also say Bassey, once he get involved, once Barisic get dropped after the game at Parkhead or whenever Hollander was injured again. So it's quite hard to, it's a toss-up between Lundstrom, Bass. It's a really hard one, man. I'll go for, just because of his song, John Lundstrom, which we probably can't sing anymore, which is fucking depressing. I'll go for Lundstrom. I love
Go for Lundstrom. Okay, so you love Lundstrom. So Lundstrom, great player. Best moment of the season, Chris?
There was so many, John, but I'm going to say beating Rangers 3-0 at Celtic Park. I think that was the moment of the season. That was when we kind of solidified the fact that we were fucking magic.
Yeah. Grado.
What's the question?
Best moment of the season.
Best moment of the season for me has got to be Leipzig at Ibrox, going through to the Europa League Cup final. Atmosphere, performance, that's my moment of the season.
Yeah, thought it would be biggest disaster of the season.
Biggest disaster of the season. Come back to me. You go, Grado. I need to think about it.
What about your Europe, no? Okay.
No, do you know what I'll go for? I'll go for losing the semi-final to Rangers and a potential treble getting knocked in the head.
I'll go for, I don't think there was... I'd say your biggest disaster was without a doubt Parkhead. I was just sitting there going, what am I fucking watching here? First 10-15 minutes, and you're going, I hope we can even hold this half 1-0. There's no point in it. It was just a complete disaster. But there was a few, man. There was like me ripping off my Big Daddy t-shirt that I got delivered on the Saturday morning. We played Ross County and ended up fucking free each. That get ripped up in front of shreds. That was a disaster. I can't really... You could turn around and say Aaron Ramsey signing was a bit of a disaster.
Yeah.
That never ever worked out. So, I would probably say though, Celtic can beat Celtic, can beat our Celtic 3-0 at Parkhead.
Daftest moment of the season, Chris.
I'm going to go with a different one here. I'm going to say Van Bronckhorst bringing Ramsey on to take a penalty kick. I think that's the daftest thing that he could have done. The guy was on for 3 minutes. He never touched the ball, and you need to be in the game. You need to get a feel for the game and stuff like that, and be. He didn't even have time to get his heart rate up. Do you know what I mean? So,
do you know, say that because we were talking about Rangers daft, but literally when he stepped up to take that penalty, I could see the fucking memes already. I was like, this is pure. This is made to be. He is going to miss this with it. I knew he was missing that. I knew I could have put
I said to John on Football Daft last week, it's always the biggest name players that are the fall guys in a penalty shootout. It always is. You know what I mean? Even getting back, like we're talking Chris Waddle, Stuart Pearce,
Gareth Southgate.
Gareth Southgate, Roberto Baggio at 94 World Cup. It always happens to the best players and, well, the biggest names, I should say. Maybe.
That happened to Barry Ferguson in Thingway. What'd you call it? The Fiorentina in 2008.
Ronald De Boer as well in the semi-final against Dundee United as well. It's always the big name players, and it's as if the script's written. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that he brought him on to hit a penalty, and I've said this to John as well last week, they learned nothing from England at the Euros. They brought on two young boys that never get a touch of the ball, were expected to take a penalty, and then they missed it. It's just, if you're not up to speed with the actual game, I think it's a risk. I really do.
I know, mate, and like we were saying, Rangers after, I've got Lundstrom, who was playing in the game, why he wasn't picked before him either. No, you're bang on, you're spot on.
See, to be honest with you, Grado, I think it is who wants to take penalties and all, mate. You know what I mean?
And apparently he was talking to Roy Mackay, giving it, I want to take one. So,
what's your daftest moment, Grado?
Fuck, what else is there? I'm trying to think what else has happened, man.
Plenty of stupid things happening in Scottish football this season.
I know, It's
got to be Mark McGee.
Aye, man, Mark McGee, man. Without a doubt.
Dundee's appointment of the fact he wouldn't go with heating and food. And
it got us content for a couple of weeks, I know. The wee guy with the phone in his face. You could say Dundee, even with the likes of the Charlie Adam crossing the ball into these N6-year box. You could say...
then the dive, Charlie Adams, the dive.
You could say the dive.
Dundee then, biggest daftest, just Dundee in general, daftest.
Not just the football club, the city as a whole. Fuck it.
Even just like I'm talking about getting diets off fucking Gordon Strachan's missus and all that. You're like, what's he talking about? Like getting rid of McPeak, like Gordon. Aye.
Mark McGee's going to be missed in Scottish football. I hope someone in the Championship goes, you know what, we'll take a punt on Mark McGee next season. That'd be great.
Yeah, hold on. Is he left in D?
It was only to the end of the season.
I was only there until
he was at the stead of the ship.
For fuck's sake. The good ship Titanic.
So that's the boys' moments of the season. What are yours? Let's go to Matty first. He says Cameron Carter-Vickers for Player of the Year. Celtic's League and Cup double for best moment of the season. Carl Starfelt not scoring is his biggest disaster of the season. And daftest moment of the season, Hugh Keevins and other pundits saying Celtic would finish third. No.
Andrew says Tav for Player of the Season. God, I can't believe I never said Tav. No, that was stupid. Lundstrom versus Leipzig is his moment of the season. Aberdeen, Scott Brown, that kind of duo, that was his disaster of the season. And the Aaron Ramsey fiasco was the daftest moment of the season. That was from my friend Andrew.
Gilgamesh says James Tavernier is a Player of the Season. His best moment of the season is a Scottish club reaching a Euro final. Biggest disaster of the season, Falkirk. And daftest moment of the season, Aaron Ramsey. Do you know what? I wish I'd looked at this. I wouldn't have went for Aaron Ramsey if I seen everybody had been going for that one.
Popular choice. John goes for Cal McGregor for Player of the Season. Best moment of the season, Big Ange with the league trophy. Disaster of the season, Aaron Ramsey. And the daftest moment of the season, Mark McGee getting the Dundee job with a 5-game touchline ban.
Right.
Forgot to mention that as well, of course.
I forgot about that. He was banned for 5 games.
So he was before he even did it. That's amazing. John says, as Player of the Season, Cameron Carter-Vickers. Best moment of the season, 3-0 game at Parkhead against Rangers. And he also says Arbroath getting to the playoffs. His biggest disaster, he thinks, was Aaron Ramsey. And the daftest moment was Hibs sacking Jack Ross. That's a shout.
That's a good shout, actually. Ryan, for fuck's sake, I'll get a different player at some point. Ryan says Tavernier, Player of the Year. Rangers reaching the Europa League final. Rangers failing to win the Europa League final. Rangers reaching the Europa League final. Being daft in the sense that we shouldn't have been there financially.
That's a good point, Ryan.
JR, Player of the Season, Cameron Carter-Vickers, very popular. Moment of the season, Celtic 3, Rangers 0. That is very popular as well. Disaster, Aaron Ramsey. And the daftest moment is Slippy G done it again.
Done what again?
Done what again? I do know who Slippy G is.
Liverpool's title.
Oh, yeah, okay, so right, I get it.
Yeah.
Kev says Callum McGregor winning the league for Celtic. I would imagine he means Rangers signing Aaron Ramsey is the biggest disaster. And daftest, McGee, no heating and on a diet.
Jordan says best player Barry Mackay. Fair enough. Best moment Rangers getting to the Europa League final. Biggest disaster Mark McGee appointment. Daftest moment McGee going cold and hungry.
There we go, man. We're all saying the same things,
I think it's quite unanimous that Mark McGee is winning something here. Sean's going for Bassey for Player of the Year. Scottish Cup final for Moment of the Year. Biggest disaster, the new era of Aberdeen. Yeah, absolutely. And daftest, just Mark McGee again. So there's our awards for the season. We think, looking in summation, I would say Cameron Carter-Vickers is getting Player of the Season.
I've counted, John. There's 3 for him and 3 for Tavernier.
All right, we'll split it this season.
Aye, 3 for each.
Best moment of the season, where it looks like Celtic have got it with a 3-0 win. Biggest disaster, I think I'm going to give it to Aberdeen because they've been an absolute disaster this season. And Mark McGee, stand up. Daftest moment of the season. You and Dundee have won it hands down, my friend. Just don't take a picture of him on your phone.
Aye, Bagsy no giving him the trophy.
It's now time for Grado's 3 riddles on Football Daft. Welcome to Grado's 3 riddles on Football Daft. It's that time of week. It's time to get riddled. How's the scores on the boards, John?
Scores on boards. We've got to go back to a couple of weeks ago when we gave you this riddle. One short Ronald has a love bite. The answer was
Aaron Hickey.
It was indeed, and the first person in with that answer was regular listener Ryan Dunbar, which takes him to 3 points on the leaderboard, which leaves the scores as follows: Sheep FM on 1, Cian Toll on 1, Ali McDonald on 1, Pat the Pallet Prick 1, Declan Ramage 1, Ian Meikle 1, Jack's on 1, John Mitchell's on 2, producer Ryan's on 2, Nicola Purden's on 2, Ryan Dunbar, as I said, is on 3, Ali Dixon 3, Albert's Legend 4, Dean 8, Stephen 23, I'm on 24, Chris is on 43, and Grado has 3 riddles.
These are shite.
Brilliant. You say this. You're slagging off our listeners for a start, right?
What?
You're slagging off our listeners by saying these are shite. These listeners are taking time to send you these riddles,
but-
Grado.
No, but do you remember when I done it? And I went out my road to try and what I'm trying to say is, I went out my road to try and people are sending me Brian Laudrup and do you know what I mean? Like Lionel Messi and all that, and think out the box, man. I was giving you fucking Adi Akinbaye, and I was giving you. Do you know what I mean? Get what I mean by that? Stop sending me Paul Gascoigne and Ali McAllister and all that. It's come on.
Right, okay, so there you go. There's your word of advice. If you want to get on the show with a riddle, you've got to think outside the box.
Exactly.
Think outside the box, okay? You can start writing them again, of course.
I think I might need to, man. Unless it picks up next week.
Right, okay, right. It's your final warning. This is your yellow card coming out right now. Grado's issued out the yellow card. Think outside the box and send Grado some riddles. But let's see what you've got this week, Grado.
Riddle 1. Put a blemish on Scotland's favourite morning rolls.
Mark McGee.
See what I mean? Second one. Nearly said his name. Alien movie. French for the. First name of lead singer, No Doubt.
Paul Gwen.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking telling you.
Oh, I'm on fire today.
John's absolutely smashing it.
Third riddle. Wee Dickie is looking for adoption.
Ricky Foster.
See what I mean? Guys, this is what I'm telling you, man. If you're going to come up with riddles...
Mate, you should have said little Richard, not little Ricky.
Oh, it's no me, he come up with it.
Did he actually say
Sean
little
Innes.
Ricky?
Thanks, by the way. Thanks to Sean Innes. Thanks to Ian Milne, and thanks to the Rangers, the guy that sells the Rangers t-shirts on the internet. There's a few guys that message me. If you want to get hold of me, DM me on Instagram. If you've not got Instagram, get your buds.
Okay, they're listening to our show. We've not got a bud.
Look, I'm sorry, man, but next week he's going to have to up our game, man, or there's going to have to get a cut.
You've all heard it now. You're on a yellow card from Grado. The riddles have been very quick this week, but I'm going to leave you one from our listener, M. Hampson10 on Twitter, who sent in a few. We'll use these for the next couple of weeks because they're actually quite good. I don't think you'll get this one. Here we go. See if you can get this one. For the listeners next week, old computer game character might have this sensory organ on the wrong way. Old computer game character may have the sensory organ on the wrong way. Hit the tune. It's time for the football daft moment of the week, and last week's results are in. Last place, because it was only me and Chris last week, we had 2 listener nominations, and the first listener nomination, Simo's, was last. The David Wilson derby, after Dumbarton tweeted they had signed the player only for Arbroath to tweet back, nice of him to let us know. That only got 9%.
It was Albion Rovers, mate, wasn't it, Arbroath?
Oh, sorry, Albion Rovers, that's right. Albion Rovers tweet back. I can't believe that's done so poorly. I thought it was fucking brilliant. So that only got 9%. The David Wilson derby, as it will be known next season in League 2. Davy's nomination, our second listener nomination, was second bottom, which was the dreadful Man of the Match prize, and that only got 15%, which is really disappointing because I checked out the Twitter this week and there was a picture of a Man of the Match being awarded a set of pots, which I thought was fantastic. So that was... in third. Second, Chris, you'll be disappointed to hear. Bye, Tom.
Come on, you were always going to win. You fucking went for the sympathy vote, you prick.
After Tom Rogic farewell celebration, and that only got 24%, which means I won 50%. Clear winner after my nomination of Stephen and Grado up a tree after their beautiful unification in Seville when Grado was shouting, Bob! And they came together in a warm embrace.
Can I use that as my moment of the week?
Grado,
No,
that was last week.
Did that win?
That one.
Yes, man.
I called that out. There's no way. That was used rehearsed that and everything, you pair of pricks.
I swear to God, that was a shoot, brother.
You're fucking arse. It was a shit.
That's a shit, brother. Right. Okay, I won, so I'm going to go first this week, which is a first time for me. I'm torn between two, though. I think I'm going to have to go, though, after Man City won the league there at the weekend. Liam Gallagher tweeted out saying, what you saying, Cara, you bell end? only for Jamie Carragher to reply, I'm saying you'll never win the Champions League and Oasis are shite compared to the Beatles. That work? Question mark. Fucking brilliant. What an absolute teardown. Jamie Carragher two-footed in on Liam Gallagher. Well played, that man. So Jamie Carragher two-footed on Liam Gallagher is my nomination of the week.
Do you know, I think it's quite funny, right? Like, I mean, I love Liam Gallagher, right? And I know it's football and stuff like that, but it is quite ironic that he's having a go at Liverpool folk when, like, he's based his career on the Beatles. And he's looking on, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
No, what I don't understand. I don't understand this big Man City Liverpool fucking rivalry all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? It's always been Man United and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Right, so essentially, Man City should kind of be like Liverpool's allies somewhere along the line. I just don't. It's like I don't understand it, man. It's fucking stupid. Do you know what it is? It's a fucking tourist league at the end of the day. It's whoever's got the most.
I would say Man City's more like Liverpool's proper supporters, but Man City's kind of rent a crowd, isn't it?
But it never used to be, John. Man
It never
City
used to be. No, you're right. You're
Man
not.
City were always the proper football supporters.
Yeah, in Manchester,
going
you're
back
right.
to Main Road and all that, you know what I mean? Like going back to the times, it's I don't know what the hell happened to that club. I think the real football fans were like, I don't want to see my team winning in this.
I would love to see my team winning leagues and stuff. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, see if a big multi-billionaire come in and bought Celtic tomorrow, I'd be having a party at the top of the Radisson.
I know. I know. Right, so that's my nomination. Chris, what are you going for?
I'm going to go with the special one.
Jose Mourinho.
Proving that he was special again by taking Roma to their first ever European trophy.
Is that their first one?
Their first ever
Wow.
trophy. They won the Fairs Cup, but that doesn't count.
Yeah.
It's their first ever European trophy. He's the first manager to win all 3 European trophies. Right?
Yeah.
So that's him. He's got 2 European Cups, 2 Europa Leagues, and he's got a Conference Cup now as well. And as much as he fucked us out of one of them, you've just got to stand back and go, aye, that guy deserves it, because he get shat all over when he was at Man United. And it's good to see him back winning again, man.
Yeah, Jose. I mean, look at Chris Smalling, fucking hell, Chris Smalling.
He's turned him into Calvin Bassey, hasn't he?
I know. Tammy Abrams, both picking that up. Do you get? I'm assuming you don't, for winning the Europa Conference, you don't get a star on your badge, though, do you? So
You get a star on your badge for anything.
that's true. That's very true. Rangers have got 5 on theirs.
I know, they've never won a European trophy in their existence.
Grado, what's your moment of the week?
Would that be country? I was looking right because I was actually going to put a kind of negative spin in this story, but actually, it's really quite beautiful, man. And you just need to Google it, to be fair. Old buddy, 84-year-old, right? He's getting dementia. And his grandson surprised him on Sunday, taking him to the game. And there's a wee video of him, and it's quite emotional. He turns up to the game and his face lights up. The Man City versus Aston Villa. Right. Sorry. Aye. So, and there you have it. And what happens is basically they go to the game, there's a lovely wee video and there's sad music in the background, the old fella, they win the match and the old fella runs on the park. See, I was originally going to say it was all the papers that he ended up grassing his old man and his old papa, and because you listen to Talk Sport all week, they're going, if Jim White was going off, he's not, but it was brilliant. He's going, if you're one of these people that are on the pitch, phone in. Why you do it? Right, well, so this guy's he's plastered his old papa up and all the media outlets tell him where he stays, his name. I thought, why are you fucking grass your old papa in? But when I actually watched the video, it has a beautiful moment. They're on the pitch together. The pair old buddy's got a big smile on his face, grinning from ear to ear, and he's seen his club win the title with dementia. So that is my official Barclaycard moment of the week.
If Barclaycard want to sponsor the feature, that would be greatly accepted. Right, okay, we're going to go for the listeners' moment of the week now. This is a story. Thanks for Regan to point this out. This is the listeners' moment of the week. It's a story. It looks like it's appeared on the Sun this week, and it says open air sex in the city. And it says #1 for al fresco bonks. It says Randy Glaswegians are going bonkers for fresh air's romps. It's been revealed. A study has crowned the city Scotland's outdoor sex capital. Right? However, this all comes back to Football Daft because there's a picture of our friend Stephen Purden, which in the caption's got two couples kind of embracing and kissing, and then he's popped up saying, "No peeking at my shell suit, Bobby." So I'm putting that forward for the listener of for moment of the week. Stephen
Do you think it's funny that when papers use that patter that nobody uses, like going for a bonk? Who the fuck says that I'm going up the city to bonk her?
Who says rant?
We're going to stay for a 3-hour romp. Do you fancy a romp tonight, miss?
Prince Harry and sordid romp.
Romp, innit? It's always that.
It's always a romp. I don't think I've ever been in a romp in my life.
A bonk.
A bonk?
Fancy a bonk.
Have you ever bonked anyone, Grado?
That's not a bonk machine.
To be fair, they're not going to have a front page that says Prince Harry fucks the heat off him waitress.
I wouldn't say that either. Fucks the heat off. That's like throwing something at somebody's nose.
That's brutal.
That's half a heat.
Prince Harry pumps waitress. There you go. I don't know how it's going to work. It doesn't work as well, does it?
Prince Harry kicks back doors in.
Why are we talking about Prince Harry, man?
I don't know.
Oh no,
Typical
man! I
toe,
just
man.
imagine that it would be Prince Harry. It would be.
Bonking.
Listen, I like that guy. All right, give him a break.
You like him, man, because he's a traitor.
Right. So that's the listener
You're sellout,
nomination. No peeking at my shell suit, Bobby, is the listener nomination. So, moments of the week come from me. First, it is Jamie Carragher's two-footed tackle on Liam Gallagher. Chris.
The special one reigns again.
Grado.
84-year-old Barry Carr, dementia ain't stopping this old grandad.
And Reagan goes for no peeking at my shell suit, Bobby. And that is your moments of the week. What are you having? Get voting for them now at Football Daft Pod on the Twitter. And that is it for Football Daft this week. A shortened show as Grado plays some sort of music in there in the back.
Show, a slider.
A slider of a show. It was a slider of a show this week. Back next week with a whole bunch of stuff. Look at last bit of football is to be played still though. The Champions League final this Saturday.
Still get playoffs, the English Championship.
And the playoffs, we've got the English Championship playoffs as well. Chris, what do you think of the Champions League final? Liverpool, Real Madrid?
I want Liverpool to win.
You want Liverpool to win? I think just obviously they've got the Scotland captain playing for them. I always look out for the Scottish players.
It's not that, mate. It's Kane's team. He loves them.
Does he? Does he?
I'll be back in Liverpool and all.
Well, there you go. Grado's over in Liverpool, so are you supporting Liverpool as well, Grado?
Without a doubt. It's Saturday,
he's not in Liverpool. He's back in Liverpool, John. Not back in Liverpool.
Back in Liverpool, right? Okay, right. Back in Liverpool.
What do you think I said?
I thought, yeah, I'm back in Liverpool. That's the air show.
Oh,
remember you were down in Liverpool for the Comic-Con?
That's right.
So I thought you were back in Liverpool.
You were back in Liverpool.
I know it was.
Not back down in Liverpool.
Right, I'm supporting Liverpool the weekend.
Right, okay, so you're back in Liverpool, not back in Liverpool.
Man, come on!
Right, okay.
Right, answer this question. Are you going to be in Liverpool this weekend?
No!
Right, so
you're not back in Liverpool.
No, but I'll tell you what, I've got Ricky Little's wedding on Sunday.
So
there you go.
And here, do you think this is what do you think about this, right? So see how the morning I'm an usher, right? So I've got a kilt and all that. So but on Sunday I was like, fuck, I'll need a suit for Ricky's full day shot. But I'm thinking, exactly.
All right.
But I think it's not really the
hold on, you're going to 2 wins and you're a rusher tomorrow and then going to Ricky's wedding
on Sunday. Aye.
All right, okay. Is Dick Campbell going to be there, do you think?
I don't think so.
Do you
I don't think so. I'd love it, but I doubt it. Ricky wouldn't have the ball. I don't think he would. I don't think maybe one or two players might be there. Maybe Bobby Lynn or something like that might be there.
I hope
Surely,
mate, if you
surely they would not be there after the season they've had.
Yeah, but you get. But Jane, I mean, let's put. Do you invite your workmates to your wedding? I mean, you go selected workmates, don't you? And they're only getting an evening invite. They're not getting an all day, are they?
Aye, and you're right, mate. And also, but you also did see, remember I was talking about Paul Gascoigne's wedding? It was always bizarre that Darren Jackson was like in the wedding party.
Yeah. But again, he must have had a connection. Obviously, they played together at Newcastle. But I mean, that's a good question. Do you invite your workmates to your wedding? I guess it depends how close you are.
My best mate, I met in work.
All right, okay. Okay. Is he
It was like 20 odd year ago. Do you know what I mean?
Is he still your best pal?
Aye, he's still my best pal. Aye. Why not the best part is? Rangers supporter.
Is he?
There you go.
Hands across the divide.
Love that ebony and ivory.
Who's got to be your best man? Has he got to be your best man?
No, you're going to be my best man.
I thought that anyway.
Oh, that's it. That's awesome. I mean, Stevie going to be the ushers then?
No, John, you need to get ordained. I want you doing the service.
Fantastic, brilliant.
Stevie's going to run the karaoke.
Ryan can be the flower girl.
You didn't want him running the karaoke. What kind of songs will you get then?
It's Ryan that I'm marrying.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Aye, not to be laughed at.
Listen, just so none of the outtakes make it out. That's all. You can't give evidence against your husband.
True that. Liverpool for the win, and then you've got Huddersfield versus Nottingham Forest. I'd like to see Forest back up in the Premiership. Do you know that way?
Huddersfield are one of the. Like, I know I've used this term a fair bit recently, but they're unfashionable, aren't they?
I know, it's just Forest, you know. You always remember when you're growing up, the sticker albums, it was always Notts Forest, Stuart Pearce, all that.
Jason Lee, he's got a pineapple on his
played
head.
for Falkirk, yeah. Jason Lee for a season, don't you know?
Hey, I need to go to a rehearsal tonight for this wedding. This is where I'm trying to hurry up bath. What is it folks shout now? They say, if you ever forget your... What is it? Whoever forever holds your... What was it they say? Whoever forever holds your peace. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Oh, yeah.
What does the person shout when they walk in?
They shout the person's name, the bride's name.
Right. Don't do it.
Is that what you're going to say?
I think I'm going to do that when I go down, man. Make them laugh.
Brilliant.
I'm telling you now, don't do it.
Oh, it's a rehearsal. It's a
rehearsal's fine.
Married?
Fake sister.
Your fake
sister?
Right,
your fake sister's getting married. Fantastic. Great, that'll be a good day.
She's my half brother and sister's real sister. We're technically not related, but we call each other brother and sister.
Jesus, I honestly, Grado, you're going to have to one day sit down with me a pen and paper and show me how your family tree works. Okay, there's Ayrshire for you, everyone.
I've got fake nanas, I've got fake uncles, I've got fucking everything, man.
Brilliant. So that's it for this week's Football Daft. Thank you very much for listening. What are we calling this week's show, guys? I've got a potential name for the show. Would you like to hear it? I think we should go for You Fucking Stay Out of It.
What's that for?
For your Spain.
Oh, right.
Any other suggestions?
The Wee C and McAllister.
The Wee C and McAllister.
That's a good one. Let's go for the Wee C and McAllister.
The Wee C and McAllister. That is the title of this week's show. Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you on the next one.
Chatty bye.
Audio Frontier.